This is going to be really interesting. I hope it's going to work. Guess what? Welcome. It's Technique Tuesday Live with Cindy at my craft room table. I am so excited. I'm actually sitting at my table, not the one behind me that I've been standing on. I'm actually sitting at my very own craft room table, and I mean, it's like clean enough I can sit at it. Been working really hard on trying to get it cleaned up. Hey, Teresa, excuse me, you saw it last week, so you would be surprised. I can actually sit here and work. I've been working all day. It's so exciting to be able to sit here and craft at my table with everything around me. So I hope everybody's had a good day. Did you have a good trip, Teresa? You can comment. You can type me a comment in the comment section, and I can see it for a little bit. In a minute, oops, my little bow's coming out. I had to do something to this hair. Can y'all believe this? I think it's the longest it's ever been. I'm not sure how much longer I can go. This is starting to drive me a little bit crazy. Anyway, I'm glad to see we've got a couple people here, and I've got a cool card to show y'all tonight. I'm really excited about it. I actually wasn't going to show you the inspiration because while we were cleaning yesterday, I found a card that I had made probably 15 years ago or around there. Maybe, hey, Miss Mickey, maybe it was, I think it was after I started doing it. So maybe it was like 12 years ago or so. I don't know. Hey, Geneva, but y'all, it is bad. And I wasn't going to show it. And my daughter came in and she saw it and she goes, you need to show it. You need to show that you've gotten a whole lot better. Oh, I'm so glad you got peaches. Oh, I hope they were good. Mother had got some more pears, so they've been working on pears. Hey, Miss Mickey, did you have your surgery? I never got back to you because I couldn't find anybody. I did ask a couple people that I know that used to work like that, and they were full-time busy. Anyway, so I'm going to turn y'all down and show you, showing you what I got to show you tonight. So I hope y'all enjoy it. You're going to be wiggly for a minute while I stand up and put you in the camera, so you might want to close your eyes. But anyway, all right, well, I'll have to talk to you later and find out how you're doing. So hold on, here we go. All right, that wasn't too bad, but I don't have you in the holder yet. So Tombo's not here tonight. I'm by myself. So it's going to be an interesting night to see how this goes. But we'll try it and see. And y'all just bear with me. So anyway, the suite we're using, and I'm already going to have computer problems. I can tell already. That's aggravating. So the suite we're using is called Nature's Harvest. And we use this Saturday. And we're actually doing something very similar to what we did Saturday in my Saturday club. But I got a sticky on it right there. But we're doing a different fun fold. Anyway. But I just love this, and it really reminded me of an old set we used to have that I really liked, so that was one of the reasons that I got it, and wanted to use it on this card because I feel like I'm really recreating the same card I did back, like I said, 10, 12 years ago. So let's see if I can get this going. I'm going to try to get on my laptop today, if I can. And then that way I can actually maybe see what's going on or see comments or at least tell if I'm where I'm supposed to be. But I am on Stampin' and Dixie Girls, right? Not seeing it show up. That's not good. Oh well, maybe it'll pop up in a little bit. I tried refreshing, but that doesn't seem to have helped. I'm going to try one more time. So let's see. Stampin' and Dixie Girls. And if it doesn't come up, then I'll just get on with it. Well, darn. I got to figure out why that's not coming up on my laptop. But this is the set we're using. And here's the card. Let me reach over here. That I made a long time ago. Y'all, this is hideous. It's horrible. This orange paper, I don't even remember what the color is, but it was textured paper. And hey, Stacy, it's just, I don't know, it's bad. These aren't even. Look at this horrible little trim at the bottom. It's not a very good card, y'all, but it does show that I have improved. Now look, That is just bad. And I don't know what this green is here, what that was all about. But anyway, that's the inspiration for for the card we're making. Hey, Darlene, I made this, like I said, probably 12, 13 years ago, I imagine. But I'm going to make another one tonight with the new set, and it's going to look so much better, I promise. At least I hope so. If it doesn't, I'm going to be really embarrassed if y'all don't think so. Y'all will. Anyway, so this is the set we're using. It's the Nature's Harvest. And here's the card we're making. Now, I did change it up just a tad bit because, I changed a lot about that card. But it wasn't staying shut good enough, and so I stuck a belly band on it. So this is the card. It's got Life is Better with Friends Like You. And then the belly band just slides off like that. And then it opens like that. Isn't that cool, y'all? I love it. These are the moments we look back on with joy. Both of those sentiments come out of the Peaceful Moments set. And I don't know if y'all can see it's textured. Can you see that texture in there? So I'm really liking this. So I hope you like it. I hope you like what we do with it, how to do it. So I'm going to close it back up. I'm actually just going to, I don't think I'll put the belly band on. I'm going to sit it up over there in case I need to look at it again while we're creating the new one. All right, so the sets we're using are the Nature's Harvest and the framelits to go with it. And I also used Dragonfly Dreams. I used this kind of a field-looking piece out of the Dragonfly Dreams. And the colors I used, were Soft Suede and Early Espresso, Bumblebee, and Old Olive. So that's the 4 different color palettes that I used. And then I used a lot of my green top glue. I'm going to stick that right there because I will need it. All right, so let's get started. Let me show you the measurements, and y'all might be able to screenshot that if you want to know what the measurements of the card is. So the card base is 5.5 by 11. It's scored on the 12-inch side. So you put the 12-inch piece at the top of your scoreboard, and you score it at 1.5, 3, 5 3/8, and 7 3/4. Then your layers, so these are the layers that are on top, are 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. Everything will be by 5 3/8. So 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. You have 2 pieces that are that size. Then you have the next 2 pieces that are the 2 1/4 size, and then the last piece is the 4-inch, 4 1/8 inch piece. Now, what I did when I was cutting it, or when I was trying to do it, because I wanted to do it kind of like a collage, is I did, I made my very vanilla piece 9 1/8 by 5 3/8, so that I could score it all. Stamp it all at one time, and then I made this little piece here. If y'all can see what I'm pointing to, is 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. That way, I've got this piece extra, but the other piece I stamped all at one time. So if you want to screenshot that, or I'll stick those on later. Okay, so let me grab the pieces. I've already got as much of it cut and put, not put together, but kind of designed as I could. So that y'all wouldn't have to sit here and watch me do some of that. I cut out several of these, and I just cut a bunch of these when I was cutting out of a piece of gold shimmer paper, and that's some new paper that we have in this mini catalog. It's really pretty. I'll show y'all a whole piece of it in just a second. Let me grab these little pieces here. A whole piece of it. Well, here's a half a piece of it. It looks like this, and y'all look how... You see the shine? Yeah, you can tell which is the right side. Can y'all see how shimmery it is? It's really pretty. That's the wrong side. This is the right side. I gave Mama a piece of not this, but some other color, and asked her to cut me out some things. Butterflies, she cut them all out of the wrong side. She didn't realize. She couldn't see that it had 2 different sides. So that's our piece of, that's the gold shimmer. And then this is our little 2 1/4 inch piece we're going to use for our saying. And this is a piece for our sunflower. And then I already went ahead and stamped and cut. And y'all, this literally was a scrap that I just picked up and stamped on. It is approximately 3/4 of an inch by probably 4 inches, because then I used that label punch to to punch the ends of it out. All right. So we don't need these two pieces right now. I'm going to stick them over here. Here's all the different framelits I used, though. So this is the one for the gold, the wheat looking. This will be the one for our sunflower, and that was the one for the black, or the espresso. It wasn't black, espresso sunflower. So that's the three dies that I used. And I went ahead and did as much of that as I could so y'all wouldn't have to watch me do that. All right, so let's put that aside, and then we're going to move that out of the way. Can everybody see everything okay? All right, so I'm so glad to see y'all here tonight. We're just going to have fun. Like I said, Tombo's not here, so after I'm fixing to sit down again. I stood up so I could see if anybody was talking, but y'all hadn't said nothing, so I'm going to sit down and start stamping. All right, I'm going to use the espresso for the background. Am I in frame? That I do need to do. No, am I in frame? Let's see. I have to keep standing up, sitting down. I probably ought to just stand up, shouldn't I? Hey, Lynn. So, we're going to use the espresso ink, and I can't have that on top of there. And we're going to use the, oop, there we go, sit down again. I got all my stamps in a box over here so that I could keep up with them. Up, down, up, down. We're using this stamp out of that thing, and I'm just going to ink it up with the espresso. And I started just down on this end, and I just kind of made me a little field of cornflowers or daisies or, I don't know, wildflowers, whatever. Sometimes I re-inked, sometimes I didn't. And I just went all the way down. Now, when I got down here where I knew I was going to put some of my cutouts, I kind of started skipping spots a little bit, just so I wouldn't have it so busy behind my background. But I didn't skip too much, as you can tell. All right. So, I mean, that was easy. Now, I have my cleaner over here off the camera, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that while I'm doing it, because what I find out happens is I end up making a mess, getting stuff, ink all over stuff. All right, let's see. We need the next thing I need is this one and this one. All right. So the next two stamps we're going to need are this little smaller daisy, and then the kind of fill in, splatter, smush. It's not even a splatter, really. It's a smush. Let's close up the espresso because I don't want to get something in the espresso. And I'm going to pull in the old olive. And then I did the same thing with this one that I did with the other, but I'm going to do it kind of toward the bottom. So, I mean, literally, it is just kind of fill in. We don't have to make them a whole hedge, but just, now where I left a little space, I put a darker one of those, just to add some other color. And like there's some smaller flowers out in this field. All right, so we're through with that one. We're going to clean it. Oh. And we're going to go to the smush. The swish smush. I don't know what to call that. Anyway. All right, close up the old olive, pull out the bumblebee, and I'm going to just stamp on and stamp off with this one. Random. I mean, it wasn't supposed to look like clouds, but it kind of ended up looking like clouds. But that really wasn't my intent. And you could, if you wanted to, I think I did actually, come back and do some over the flowers even. Add a little color down here. All right. I mean, it's just that simple. No rhyme, no reason. Just do it. Just do it. So, it feels so good, y'all, to be sitting at my desk and to be in my craft room. It is not clean. I will not pretend that it is clean, but it is so much cleaner than it has been in so long that I can actually, be in here, and that's just kind of amazing because normally I can't even sit in here, so that itself is amazing. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else on this thing? I think that's all we need on that one. On our, oh, not that piece. On this piece, this is our little joy, our centerpiece. So we're going to stamp, turn it over that way, I like that better. I just did the little daisy. I put it up already. All right, and I put the green up already. At the bottom of that one, so that I had room for the words. So boom, boom, boom. And I mean, I really stamped it several times. Second and third generation stamping. Put it back over there. And then I'm going to pull the smushy one out again. Okay, and I'm going to put a couple of these up here and put a couple of them down there. That's the easiest way to add color. I mean, it doesn't take any time at all. You can't hear me, Darlene? I'm sorry. I wonder if I need to turn my sound up. You know what I forgot to do too? Oh, I do. My sound was way down. I hope y'all don't just blow your ears out now. I forgot to turn my Do Not Disturb on too. So if I get a call, I'm sorry. I really meant to do that. But I got doing something else right before we started, and I lost track of time there for a second. All right, we need the save and stamp, which is over here. And again, the espresso was the color. I like this dark espresso for backgrounds and words, and I just like this color. Probably my next favorite, and that's not real straight, but to black and white is espresso. All right, clean that one. Put it back in the box. Now, so that's done. This is pretty much done. We got to cut it now. So let me bring in my trimmer here and move things where I've got room. All right, can y'all see what I'm doing? All right, I need to trim it at, that's in the way still. All right, here we go. So I said we needed to, our layers were 1 3/8. All right, so there's 1 1/2, and we're gonna go back 1/8. So there's 1 1/8 right there. Now I'm gonna have to sit down so I can see that, otherwise I can't see it. Oops. All right, 1 1/8. The second one is also 1 1/8. The third one is 2 1/4. That's right there. All right, and then that should leave, if we did our measurements right, about a 4 1/8. I think that looks like it's about right. We might have to trim that one just a tad bit. All right, so now we're through with that. See, that wasn't too difficult. So make sure we have them in the right order. So this is how they go. Now the first two, we don't have anything on them, so we don't need to do anything with that. I put the corn flour, whatever it is, flour on this one, and I actually think I put a piece of wheat behind it. But this is one of those fun things that you can just sit here and play and do what you want to. Now this is not going to show very much. A little bit of it shows, but depending on how you put it on there, you might want more of it to show. You might not want any of it to show, and you could move it all the way over, you know, more like that. So it would be more of a surprise, or put your kind of wheat there, put your corn flour over here, and then it wouldn't show as much. I think I might try that this time, and let's see how we like that. So that would be that one. All right, then for this one, we didn't do our other little thingy. We've got to stamp this one. Okay, so we're stamping it in soft suede. And then I used Cajun Craze and soft suede. And this is a big one. I need to make sure I got it on there straight. It doesn't have to be straight because that'll fit on the paper. It can actually be crooked. We're going to run it through the Candy M and cut it out. It just needs to be fit on the paper. All right, so let's go ahead and cut that one out first. So I just stamped it on there. Hey Tina, I'm so glad you got to jump on. God, I can't wait to come see you again now and see your new house all finished. I got to see the lot before they started, and I got to see the model house. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't good, because y'all know I got a magic carpet here that if I drop dies, they disappear. Oh, mean. I found it before it disappeared. All right, so let's put that on there and get it all lined up. Yeah, I know y'all can't see, but I'm just on the Candy M over here beside you. And I'm going to run that through and cut it out. And voila, there we go. Oh, and look at that. Just cutting it out, it colored it at the same time. That was amazing. Yay. Y'all know that I just colored that. I mean, I colored that beforehand. I didn't want y'all to sit here and watch me color. I was afraid it would take too long. I know you're loving it. I know you're loving it. The pictures have been absolutely gorgeous, Tina. All right, so now for this part, we've got some more pieces and parts to glue down. So I need to check this real quickly because I want to make sure it's going to fit, because if I need to trim it, I want to trim it now, not later. But it looks like it fits perfect. Okay, I thought my addition was right. It should work, but you know, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so the easiest way I found to trim out, to stick all this stuff down was obviously glue. Because it's vellum, you don't really want to put any adhesive or anything behind it. So let me bring in my silicone mat here. All right, so what I do, I'm going to put these down first. That one's from another project that I was working on today. And I'm going to put just a little bit of my Tombow adhesive. I got it sitting over here in my little Brian's Fall Stamp Along shot glass. We got those as a table favor when I went to a Stamp Along with Brian King in Atlanta. That was one of our table favors. He gave us a bottle of green glue to do our projects with, and he had those little shot glasses all made up. All right, I'm just taking a sponge, a piece of sponge. You can use a dauber, whatever works for you. I wouldn't try like a piece of cotton ball or something. And putting glue on it and then dabbing it on the back side. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, and that way it doesn't really show up. You don't see it through to the other side. And if I put it on just on the card, or try to put it on here, it's going to smush out and make a mess on my card. So I don't want it to do that. So this is the easiest way I found. Just make sure you don't move it around so that when you're dabbing it, you know, you don't move that like on top of that piece that I just got on the adhesive, on the mat, because you're going to get some on the mat. But that's okay, because it'll come right off of that mat. That's why these silicone mats are so useful, because all this glue will rub right off of it. All right, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it, I'm going to give it just a little, I'm hanging them off the end. Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can see that at the bottom. I wanted all of the bottom pieces to be in the, can you see that? I wanted them all to be on there, because see, these two are shorter than that third one, so I just moved it down a little bit, and then I'll just turn it over. Probably have to do it for the other piece too, and trim the ends off so that they're all on the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with this little piece here. I mean, it really is. It's time consuming in this one just because of the coloring, but that really didn't take that much time. All right, this one I technically could just take the glue bottle, but you know, since I'm already doing this one, I might as well do the rest of them this way. If you don't have one of these silicone mats, another way you can do this, hey Opal, is to use a magazine that has, or even like our old catalog. If you have an old mini that you don't want to use, that you don't want anymore, you can use those, and you just do it on one page and then turn the page, and do it on the back side and turn the page. And because it's shiny, it won't stick to it, but you can't go back and do it over and over, or your project will get sticky on it. All right, let me trim that little piece off. I just left a little piece of that one there. All right, so damn, doesn't look like much, does it? I mean, it's pretty, but let me clean this off. Look, y'all, really, just take your fingers. It's already dry enough that I can just wipe it off. And then I have my magic tool, my little Swifter over here. I use my Swifter for everything to get all the crumbs off. So I'm doing a little tidy up. I've been reading this series of mysteries. They're called Cozy Mysteries. Y'all heard of Cozy Mysteries? It's funny to say that, but it reminds me of like a, what is it? Murder, She Wrote kind of, There's always a murder, but it's not yucky, and there's not a lot of blood and guts, and it's not gory, and it's just really good, clean, fun, kind of Nancy Drew-ish almost, but for adults. And they all happen on a cruise ship, and they're written by this lady. The first one was called Cruise to Murder. They're written by a woman from the UK. And so they're quite interesting. I've gotten really interested in listening to her language and how they say things, and it's just a lot of fun. All right, this is we didn't glue these down. I'm sorry. I got to talking and I forgot what I was doing. All right, we got to glue this one down too. Get back over here, silicone Matt. You are not done. There's probably enough on here, but I'm afraid I don't want to put too much pressure on this vellum, because it is a little more likely to tear than cardstock would be, though it's pretty strong vellum. All right, so this one goes on this piece. I decided I was going to put it over here. I got to make sure that little piece there is on the paper. All right. Whoops, that one's not stuck down good. We'll get it in a second. When you see the next part that we're going to do here, this is what really makes this card pop. All right, some on the, oops, I'm going to tear my head off my cornflower. I've seen some cards done with this cornflower, y'all, in blue and white, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Of course, y'all know I love blue and white. If you know me at all, you know I love blue and white. All right, so there's our cornflower. I kind of put it on that side so that it would not show as much in the fold. Alrighty. Trim it off. Now what we're going to do is run these all through the Candy M again using the texture, timeless texture, is that what it's called? Something texture. I'm sorry, I don't remember. Some textile, timeless textile, that's what it is, I think. Timeless textile embossing folder. Excuse me. So I'm going to put these two in together because they're small enough and I can do that. So I'm just going to put them right together like they hadn't been cut apart. All right, so to run this through the Candy M, I need the base plate, which is number 1. I don't need anything else. I put that, this is a 3D folder, and then I put the gray on top. So you got that? Base plate, number 1, 3D folder, and then I think this is number 4. So you got number 4 on top, and that's it. Hey, Miss Carol. Did you find your keys, Miss Carol? Yesterday when I talked to me, yesterday I think, I talked to Miss Carol, and she had lost her keys. All right, so look at this. Isn't that cool looking? I love the texture that folder gives. But wait till you see when we do it this way. Now we're going to put this one through there with our vellum and our cornflower already glued on. And it will somewhat embed those two pieces into that piece of cardstock. And it just gives it the coolest look. Plus, those pieces that we were having trouble standing up, sticking down, won't stick down. Will stay down. See, it kind of embeds it, inlays it, I guess is a better word, into the cardstock. Thank you, Lynn. Tasteful Textile. And then we'll do the same thing with this piece. So we'll put it in Tasteful Textile. And run it through. I really was going to use this one Sunday. I was going to use a different one Saturday for the Hostess Club at Panera. I was going to use the painted one that comes with the art gallery, and I can't find it. It's here somewhere, but I hadn't found it yet. So it was like, oh well, what else can I use? And this one seemed to be the next best. And there's that. Isn't that the coolest look, though? I love how that, it just embeds that right into the paper. So, I'm not sure what that technique's called. I think that's what it's called, like embedded cardstock or something like that. So I just knocked a whole bunch of stuff off over here, but on my computer at best. Okay, let's get the card put together, because what's our time for? Oh, we're 7:30. See, Tommy's not here to tell me it's 7:30, but so this part is easy. And the belly band, honestly, was just an afterthought, and I really just took a piece of espresso and wrapped it around it to see, you know, and I didn't score it or anything. So that goes there, and I am going to use green top glue on these because it's textured, and when it's textured like that, I feel like we need to use the green top glue because it has more texture to it, and that way it'll adhere better than if you use the snail because of the texture. All right. It does make the paper way more pliable and soft, kind of easy to hold on to use. It makes it bendable too. Anytime you need to soften paper up, I'm trying to make sure those are straight and even. All right, and this will be our third piece. Technically, we could have put, you know, I might do that this time. Let's try it and see. Uh-oh, I might have made a mistake. Let's see. Because I didn't think about when I close it. Yep, that won't work. That wasn't a smart decision to do. Snap. But see, I didn't stick it all the way down, so I can pull it back up. I was thinking we'd put 2 and 2 and then put that one in the middle, and that would have been smart. Except that, I mean, I think it would have looked cool. Except that the, we'll have to put a little more glue on that piece. The words would have shown, just half of them though, and you don't want to just see half your words. So if you didn't have words there, it would have worked. Anyway, I don't like this not being able to see what y'all are saying and Tommy not here to tell me if some conversation's going on. Y'all don't look that that's crooked too. I gotta put a little bit of glue behind that little thing because it keeps wanting to pop up. And I can hear my computer over here whirling. Well, it's still not going to make it stay down. I'll have to put another bit on it. Ho ho, come on. Well, okay, I think my glue's getting short. I'm running out of glue. Anyway, if anybody has an order they would need to place, I would be most happy if you would like to do it today. Tonight. I am so close, y'all, to my $300,000 in career sales that I can taste it, but I'm not there. But, you know, if it doesn't happen today, it'll happen this week, and that will be fine, too. I just was really wanting it to happen in August. I don't know why. Don't have a real good reason, but just wanting it to happen. All right. Stuck that baby down. All right, that's done. See, it really isn't a difficult part to do. Now it's going to fold up like that. Now, see, we don't even get up. We just get that little tiny bit of our cornflower showing on it there. But then when you open it up, whee, that's kind that you can sit up on the mantle. Isn't that pretty? And you could add more color to it. I thought about doing a little blue brush on it up here, like brushing some blue sky around my yellow clouds. But decided just to keep it simple. I'm not going to make the belly band. Y'all know how to do that, I'm sure. But I'm see if this one will fit this card. Because that's, see, I didn't even score that for that reason, because sometimes if you score it, you know, it doesn't fit exactly. These two cards were cut and scored together as one before I cut them apart, so it does fit. But all I did was take the 11-inch piece and I put it over the front. I turn it over. I just fold it over, put some adhesive there, and glue it down. I don't score it or anything because just like I said, if you score it, sometimes it just doesn't work exactly right. This little piece was just a scrap. Like I said, this one was, I think that's an inch. This was a 3/4 of an inch that I stamped. The Life is Better with Friends Like You, and I punched out both ends. All right, this was a little piece of leftover vellum after I cut out all of the little stalks there, wheat stalks, whatever. I had this little strip left over. So I just cut some little tabs. That is not actually the whole end of that even. It's just cut. Actually, I had some here because I was going to put them on this card. I already cut 2 more. Oh, they're here somewhere. That'll be tonight's project when I start cleaning the table off, is find what I did with them. But they were just little like 1/2 inch, maybe inch long pieces. And then I just tagged the ends and glue them right there behind there. So you don't have to use a whole lot. You can just use little scraps. And that's a great way to use your little scraps of, you know, vellum and gold and all those kind of little things. So anyway, that's our card for tonight. I think it's called Inlaid technique or something like that, but I don't know for certain. Anyway, I thought it was a really cool card. We did a little bit of collage stamping, which I really like, with the Dragonfly Garden and the Nature's Harvest stamp set. And then we used the framelits from the Nature's Harvest set to cut out the rest of the pieces. So I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday for Technique Tuesday Live. Thank y'all for coming. Bye.